Introducing the Ultimate Boxing Podcast, your one-stop shop for everything boxing. From electrifying fight previews to in-depth interviews with the legends of the ring, we break down the biggest bouts round by round. Get inside the minds of the fighters, hear their stories, and feel the intensity of their training. Whether you're a hardcore fan or just starting out, our podcast has got you covered. Stay updated with the latest news, rivalries, and predictions. Tune in and feel the adrenaline, the passion, the raw power of boxing. Boxing is about perseverance, pushing through every challenge. It's the spirit of hard work and dedication that defines a true champion. So what are you waiting for? Like, follow, and subscribe to the Unprofessional Experts podcast. Stay tuned for more exciting updates. Without boxing, nothing in the world means anything.
Get to the point where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it bad and then you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, fight fans. Per usual, it is the Unprofessional Experts Podcast. JMC and Davo. Go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a best friend, tell a chicken, tell a dog, tell a cat. Because if you do not, we could squabble up in real life. Man, we got a full episode for you. No major important squabbles coming up. So what we're going to do, we're going to break down a pound for pound list. We got to talk about.
Let's talk about it.
The good guys, the greats, no matter the weight class, just bunch everybody together. Now, we're talking pound for pound, purely objective, purely one's opinion. And so we got an expert list put together by an important list of panelists. Those experts were me, myself, and I. And we're going to go ahead and break down this top 10 pound for pound list. This is as of March 2025. Before we do that, like, follow, subscribe, share with everybody, share with anybody. Unprofessional Experts Podcast, streaming now. Just search, once again, the Unprofessional Experts Podcast. You ready, bro?
Let's do it, man.
Let's get it. Number 1, Claressa Shields.
Some things you guys forgot. I've been doing this shit for a long time. You know my defense is impeccable. You know my speed is untraceable. You know I'm punching like a heavyweight and I'm not a real heavyweight. You know what's going on. I was fighting at 154 for the history. I fought at 160 for the history. I fought at 168 for the history. I'm at 175 because I feel like this was the weight class I was supposed to be at from the beginning.
How do we feel about Claressa Shields?
So hold on, wait a minute. So are we talking about a all-time pound for pound list current? Or are we talking about like just all time in history of boxing?
Right now.
Okay. Pound for pound current, number 1 boxer outside right now is Claressa Shields.
T-Rex. Shout out Papoose.
Respectfully, I disagree, right? Respectfully, because she is, she's nice. Hey, shout out to Claressa Shields. Shout out to Flint, Michigan. What is she, 2-time gold medalist? Mm-hmm. Well, shout out to Claressa Shields. She's got a hell of a resume. And she is the GWOAT.
The
right?
greatest woman of all time.
The greatest woman of all time. But to call her pound for pound over everybody, I don't know if that's okay.
So we got to talk about 4 division, undisputed, right? Imagine if there was a male in boxing who was 4 division undisputed. Crawford did it in 2, we goated him. Not 3, not 4. Claressa, 4 division undisputed. That means all titles in 4 separate divisions. Now, the level of competition, not her fault, right? Usyk did it in 2, right? We got him up there, don't we?
Yeah, he should be anyway.
If Claressa were a man, with those accolades, would undoubtedly be number 1. Nobody would question it. And so I think we got to give her props. Why not put her number one? Shout out to the ladies.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the ladies. Not knocking the ladies. Level of competition, like you said, it's not her fault. But I just can't. I can't. Pound for pound in all of boxing, I can't do that.
I mean, when we talk about pound for pound, we're talking about no matter the weight class, right? Division champion, multiple division champion, right? That is what Clarissa Shields brings. That's what she's done for the sport. Now, I mean, she's knocking out basketball players, right? But once again, a lot of ladies aren't lining up to squabble with her. Not her fault.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think that Asia Wilson would be an all-star in the NBA?
Maybe. A one-time all-star. No disrespect.
But it's no disrespect, right?
Asia can hoop.
No disrespect, huh?
She can hoop.
She can hoop. No, absolutely no disrespect. But it's different, man. It's everything. It gets different.
I mean, if we're just talking about accolades, I think Clarissa
On paper.
T-Rex Shields, one of the greatest fighters Michigan has ever seen, and Michigan has a lot of good ones. She's beefing with Remy Ma. That means something.
That does. It means a little.
Because Remy shoot at people. And so if you openly beef with somebody who told them things, you're pound for pound for that. That's how I feel. That solidified her spot as number one.
Oh man, I disagree, but yeah.
And shout out Clarissa T-Rex Shields.
Shout out to Michigan.
Number 2, heavyweight, one of the greats, Alexander Usyk.
Дорогі друзі, багато запитів. Перше.
Okay, now we're getting into some we're getting into some realistic pound for pound lists. Alexander Usyk at number 2, behind Clarissa Shields. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. He's doing it. The Ukrainian is doing his thing right now. What is he? He's undisputed heavyweight champ right now.
IBF is goofy, and so they took his belt. Daniel Dubois got the IBF. So
Okay, I mean he's basically undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. So yeah, shout out to Alexander Usyk. I do not have a problem with him being number 2. Probably could have been number 1, maybe. But yeah, so I'm good with that.
I like Usyk. He has accolades. He was undisputed as a cruiserweight. Went up and went undisputed as a heavyweight. Beat Anthony Joshua up. Beat Tyson Fury twice. He's pretty much outboxed anybody who stood in the ring with him, outside of Daniel Dubois. But hopefully they rematch. But he's earned his respect in the sport. So I like Usyk.
I agree.
I like Ukrainian fighters as well. Well versed in the sport of boxing. So get one of those guys high up on the list. We'll go ahead and keep moving forward. The GOAT of men's boxing, Terrence Bud Crawford at number 3.
Yeah, again, I don't see a issue with this. You can even, flip flop 2 and 3. I mean, that's how good Terrence Crawford is. On this pound for pound list. So, yeah, he's doing his thing right now. I mean, he's at the top of the sport. There's a few other names that you could potentially throw in there, but let's be honest. After beating Errol Spence, I think that Terrence Crawford kind of took the crown as the best fighter in boxing. I think that was a pivotal turning point in his career. That kind of took him from being the guy that was good, but never really had that key matchup and that key fight. And so after doing what he did to Mr. Spence, I think that Terrence Crawford, he's that guy.
All right, so I'm just give a warning. There's a glaze coming, but Terrence Crawford is him of hymns. He is the hymn of hymns, and
super glazed.
Man, he's that guy, Terrence Crawford. Man, I was laying in bed watching him versus Yuriyoki's Gamboa. This is when Gamboa was hot. I'm like, who is this guy? He's gonna get waxed, and I'm jumping out of the bed by the end of the fight because Terrence Crawford beats the shit out of Gamboa, and I loved it. I loved everything about it, man.
And Gamboa, was a good fighter in his own right?
He was a great fighter.
Yeah, Gamboa was pretty good.
But the hymn of hymns was in the ring with Gamboa, and it changed the history of boxing because
Super Saiyan glaze.
one of the greatest fighters to ever glove up was born that night, and Terrence Bud Crawford, and he's going to go. He's daring to be exceptionally great.
Is he fighting Canelo?
It's so hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Is it official? Because I thought
Fingers
they
crossed.
canceled it, and then
It's a lot of shenanigans.
yeah, man, it's a lot of goofy stuff going on.
Fingers crossed. He steps in the ring with Canelo and proves to the world that he is the hymn of hymns in the sport of boxing. Terrence Crawford could have easily been number one, but just paying respect to the people above him on the list. He couldn't have been no lower than third. So, hell yeah.
Shout out to Omaha.
Nebraska. All right, number 4. Just spoke on this guy, one of the greater Mexican squabblers in history, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, this is probably a good landing spot for him. Right at number 4, under the GOAT, Usyk and Crawford. But Canelo, man, he's been at the top of the sport. The Mexican's been at the top of the sport for a while now. Man, but after who did he just lose to?
Who, Canelo?
Yeah, who did Canelo just lose to?
The last loss was to Bivol.
Yeah, was it Bivol or was it somebody else that beat him?
No, Canelo didn't lose his last fight.
Or should have beat him?
His last fight was Berlinga.
That's right. No. Yeah, I'm thinking about somebody else, but no. Yeah, and Berlinga got beat up, but Berlinga just knocked somebody out, didn't he?
Yeah, the local barista at Starbucks. Yep.
Yeah,
that's who he knocked out first round. Yeah.
but Canelo, yeah, that's right. He lost to Bivol. I'm thinking about somebody else, but yeah, after that loss to Bivol, I think that kind of. Do you think it kind of diminished his legacy a little bit after losing to Bivol?
Interesting, because I would agree it did. And I think that loss of Bivol actually shook Canelo's confidence because he hasn't taken any risk since. He went and fought Jaime Munguia. He went and fought Edgar Berlanga.
And I really thought Jaime Munguia was going to do better than what he did, man.
I don't know why.
Just because of some of Jaime Munguia's prior fights. I mean, he looked like a legitimate good young fighter.
I disagree.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, I thought he would put on a better show than that, But yeah, shout out to Jaime.
I'm a well-known Jaime Munguia hater. For those who don't know, that's how I feel about him.
But yeah, I mean, his legacy kind of took a little bit of a hit with the loss to Bivol. But not really though, because no knock on Bivol. Bivol's that guy who just beat Artur Beterbiev. Like, come on,
he's a Hall of Famer.
Already?
Already.
Bivol's a Hall of Famer?
I like Bivol.
He might be a Hall of Famer by the time it's all said and done, but Bivol is a good fighter.
Go ahead and make his statue.
All right, man. We doing come on, man. Come on, man.
Bivol can box.
But it's no I don't know if Canelo's legacy took a hit because there can't be any shame in losing to Bivol because he's that good.
At the time, we didn't know how good Bivol was.
But now we see how good he is.
Yeah, he's literally a legend. But
Super Saiyan glaze.
Canelo's fought enough guys. He's beat enough guys to where he's already solidified his spot. He can literally go and fight in Trash Man and it's cool because he did what he put in the work. He's an OG in the game. He put in the work. So I don't really care who Canelo fights next because he's fighting who the fuck knows who that guy is. next, right? Coming Cinco de Mayo weekend. William Skull, right? So what, right? We're looking forward to him versus
Terrence Crawford.
the Him of Hims.
Yep.
Yep. All right. And so, we just talked about this guy, right? So he's right below Canelo. We could argue he could be above Canelo because he beat him.
Philosophy is to be perfect.
Coming in at number 5, Dmitry Bivol.
And like I say, coming off a win, beating Artur Beterbiev, I would probably put him at number 4 above Canelo right now as of March 2025.
And he beat Beterbiev, who's a rock solid of a guy. Like he's solid. He does his thing. He comes forward, and he puts in work. And Bivol, in my opinion, outboxed him twice.
What do you think Beterbiev would have done, or what do you think Canelo would have done against Beterbiev?
There are weight classes for a reason, and Canelo found out he does not need to be up at 175 playing around with the champs. And so I think Beterbiev would have broke Canelo down.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Yeah.
Great fighter. Dmitry Bivol kind of already gassed him, so I don't know if we need to.
Yeah. Apparently there should be a statue of this man up somewhere.
I like his style, man, and he's light on his feet. Great combinations. Sitting there with my wife watching his last fight. She has her opinions on boxing, right? But the first thing she said, "Look at those combinations," right? It sounds like a fake comment that reporters have. Look at him go! Like, look at those combinations. And I couldn't agree more. Like, it's art. I really like Dmitry Bivol's style. A lot of people move too much, and they don't punch off of it. And he's got a great mix of both. And for me, I like that. He's not in there, just going toe-to-toe, chin up. He's not over-moving to where it's boring. It's literally the perfect mix. So I really like Dmitry Bivol's style.
Yeah, punches and bunches, but with steam on those punches. He's not just throwing light punches, and being able to keep Beterbiev off his ass, those punches got some steam on him.
He's in great shape. He's not ducking any smoke. I like Dmitry Bivol.
Yeah, agreed. I would probably put him above Canelo.
Don't put him above the GOAT. Once again, shout out Papoose. All right, so this is our DE&I input at number 6. We got Naoya Inoue.
Legend of the monster continues to grow. Inoue becomes only the second man to be undisputed in multiple weight divisions in the modern era.
From over in like China.
No, the DEI input was at number 1. But I like Inu. And he kind of reminds me of like Pacquiao when he was doing his thing, right? When he was lighter, doing his thing, knocking people out. That's kind of what Inu. He's like a Japanese Pacquiao.
He's fought one serious contender, and Stephen Fulton, Cool Boy Steph. Recently fought with the Boneless Tim's on. Shout out Philly.
Yeah. Shout out Philly. Shout out Cool Boy Steph.
Outside of that, I don't know that.
I guess I'm talking more of just his style, like his style of fight, and I think he's is he a knockout artist? Does he? What's his KO record? I'm not sure.
If your matchup was the butcher at Kroger's, of course you're gonna look like the god of boxing, right? You know what I mean? Because.
So who do you want to? Who does?
Nick Ball just called him out.
Who?
Nick Ball.
Nick Ball.
He can fight. Decent. Comes forward. Strong. Aggressive. Kicked a guy in the leg. Last night in his fight. He defended his title against TJ Doheny. Good scrap. I wouldn't mind that. I don't know. There's not a great names that low. So you kind of got to dig, right? So not his fault that he's not fighting the Tank Davises of the world.
Who did Cool Boy Steph just...
Cool Boy Steph just won a title over Brandon Figueroa.
Okay. What do you think Inu might do with Figueroa?
Oh, he folds him up for sure.
He folds up Figueroa.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Figueroa, he Yeah, I don't know that he's got the footwork, the speed, or the movement, any of that, right? Because he kind of leans in. He doesn't really use his length.
Just to be honest, Figueroa's ass.
Oh, well, there you have it. Figueroa's ass. And use that what number? What is he at? Number six?
Number 6.
Number 6 on this pound for pound list. We'll see. We'll see who's else on the list before I keep him at number 6. But I do like Inu. Shout out to Japan. I like Inu.
The affirmative action input. Let us know what you think about where Inoue is on this list. We're going to go ahead and take a break, pay some of these bills. While we are doing that, check out this folding chair activity. Hell yeah.
He got folded like a lawn chair.
Here to see the best in the world, Roy Jones Jr. Because of the style of the opponent or whatever. Shane Mosley learned that last Saturday night. Yeah. And Griffith is benefiting by it. Whoa, with a left hook.
Oh! Big left hand there. Oh! I told you. Oh my God.
I don't think it was intentional, and I don't think it was.
Down goes Jacob on a perfect right hand, and that made.
You can play any other sports, but you don't play boxing. You'll see them putting on the gloves, and you'll just see a whole different energy.
Crazy goddamn knockouts. Going right back to the list at number 7. The previously aforementioned Artur better be it.
Undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world, Artur.
Yeah, I feel like 7 is a good landing spot for him. Just took a loss, his first loss
Of his career.
at 40, right? Hell of a career. He's probably on the back. Well, not probably. He's on the backside of his career. It was due. He lost to a great fighter, Dmitry Bivol. No shame in that. Actually, you know what? I would like to see a third fight.
I hope we do get to see a third fight. They're trying to mix in Benavidez. Callum Smith is the interim champ. Me personally, I'm not wanting to see that over the trilogy. And so I'm hoping that the trilogy takes place. And so we're talking about, the next hymn of hymns after Crawford hangs his gloves up between, Bivol and Beterbiev. Even though Beterbiev will be retiring soon. He has to, right? Unless he's like the LeBron of boxing.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. He's the LeBron of boxing.
He's really too old to be performing at this high of a level. But shout out to him. Beterbiev, he's a dog. He didn't look beatable literally until he fought Bivol. And so
Facts.
Me personally, I don't like putting guys who fight in one weight class on pound for pound lists, but Artur Beterbiev is a bad man, and so we'll go ahead and input him because it needs to be talked about. He's good.
But I wouldn't mind seeing David Benavidez fight either one of these guys in between the trilogy. I wouldn't mind it.
No, because I don't want to see that.
You don't want to see it?
Nope. Benavidez gets cooked by both of them.
Well, I know how you feel about Bivol, but does Benavidez get cooked by the 40-year-old Beterbiev?
Bivol box him. Beterbiev knocks him out. And so
I don't know, man. I can't say that because, I don't think we can doubt Benavidez, man, because he hasn't. I mean, I just don't see where the doubt is coming from. I mean, why doubt Benavidez so hard against these guys?
There's levels to it. I don't like Benavidez's defense. And he's been dropped once or twice, right? It happens. It's boxing. You don't want to risk getting dropped by Beterbiev. You might not get back up. And Bivol, I just like his boxing. Bivol is a better, more technically sound fighter than David Benavidez. And, Benavidez is going to come forward. I don't know that you come forward against Beterbiev. It's not a good game plan. Bivol had to move.
Even Bivol had to kind of get on that bicycle a little bit.
So he has more of a chance against Bivol. If they were to make these matchups, he should steer clear of Beterbiev. Stylistically, it's not a good idea.
Hey, hopefully we get to see.
Great scraps. Boxing would love it, but I wouldn't want that for Benavidez. On to number 8, one of my favorite fighters. We all love to hate him. That is Shakira.
Once again, I'm going to keep saying this. Me at my best is better than everybody. I don't care who it is.
How we feel about him at number 8 on the pound for pound list?
I'm not mad at it, even though I would put other guys over Shakur Stevenson. Well, namely at least one other guy over Shakur Stevenson that I can think of off the top of my head. You know, I guess I won't call his name. I don't know if he's on this list or not, but you know, Shakur Stevenson at number 8 is probably a little bit high on this pound for pound list.
He barely made it. It's too high.
He barely made it, and yeah, it's a little too high. He probably cracks maybe the top 12 or top 15 pound for pound, but you know, at number 8, just because immediately, I mean, I might even, hey, this might be disrespectful. I don't know, but after seeing what Lamont Roach did, I might even put Lamont Roach over Shakur Stevenson right now.
I'm not mad at it, but I do think that Shakur is being disrespected right now.
Maybe, but
multiple division champion. He is.
No, this is no knock on Shakur Stevenson though, because I do listen. Shakur is a great fighter. Shout out to Newark. Shakur is a good fighter, but just on the pound for pound of all the boxers right now, I don't know that 8 is where he fits.
He dog walked the electrician, right? And so,
what he was supposed to do.
He was right. He defended his title. Shakur is great, right? It's just not fun. You know, it's just not fancy. It doesn't have to be. He does his job. And I think he's a victim of his own greatness. He just does his job so goddamn good that it's like, boo, do better. Not my fault. You're not on my level. And that's why Shakur Stevenson.
Or just do it against somebody that we really respect in the sport of boxing.
That too. And hopefully that's coming soon. Everybody's on Twitter, blah, blah, and, you know, beefing, yapping. Hopefully they decide to get in the ring and, you know, stand on business. But it's boxing, so you never know. He'll probably be old before he fights somebody. But
like better be if he might be 40 before he gets a major fight.
Shakur deserves his respect.
He does, but 8 is a little high.
All right, he barely made the list. At number 9, you're probably gonna hate this one because he's coming off some disgraceful shit.
Oh my gosh!
Number 9, Devin, the Dream Haney.
Okay. All right. So again, there are fighters that belong on this list higher than Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, and for some reason they are not mentioned on this list as of yet. Devin Haney, I like Devin Haney. I actually do. I actually like Devin Haney. I think he's a hell of a boxer. We're just gonna be honest. Ryan Garcia destroyed him. Rather he was, juicing, or what did they say he was? What was he doing?
He was pumped up on something. Osterin, something like that. Ashwagandha.
Yeah, Ashwagandha.
Something gave him the juice.
I don't know. He had a Capri Sun. I don't know what was going on with Ryan Garcia, but at the end, skill for skill, blow for blow, I think Ryan Garcia destroyed Devin Haney.
He did.
And I don't know that Devin Haney. I would just like to see a comeback fight for Devin Haney against some stiff competition where Devin Haney really looks like Devin Haney again.
He's fighting good competition in his upcoming fight. Jesus Ramirez. Probably that might not even be his name, but the guy can fight. I'll just say that.
Okay.
And he can. I just can't think of his name right now. But so technically speaking, right? He does not have a loss on his record, right? It's kind of soft, but he doesn't, right? Who appeals? Who files for battery after losing a boxing match, right? Devin Haney does. He's soft, but let's backtrack. Before that fight, before the PEDs, before the Osterin, he's the youngest, undisputed fighter I think ever. He beat Lomachenko. He beat a couple guys. I don't know. I can't think of it right now. But Cambozo.
Yeah.
He beat
Cambosis.
he was good. Nobody had Ryan winning going into that fight. We were all gassing up Devin. Ryan seemed off. He seemed like a clown. Come to find out, it was, I guess, jokes on us because Ryan went in there and he laid hands, right? But take away that night, which it won't happen. But take away that night, Devin absolutely deserves to be on the list, and he does not have a loss on his record. And so, with that being said, to not put Devin on the list would be a disservice to him. He's pound for pound, and he barely made it.
Yeah, if he is pound for pound, barely.
Now, if he rematches with Ryan and he doesn't flip the script, we might not ever even speak on Devin.
Ain't nothing else to talk about with Devin Haney or Bill Haney. But just go home.
I want Devin to come back. I hate the way his character took a hit. He looks like the softest boxer of all time.
Yeah, he needs a really good performance. He needs a really good comeback fight where he looks good, he looks strong, he looks skillful. He needs that. He needs a good performance, not just a mediocre performance. Though he needs a good performance.
He got walked by Ryan, and now he's fighting on Ryan's undercard, so he's not doing himself any favors.
Yeah, that's tough.
But man, I'm rooting for Devin Haney, even though he's soft. Right? You ain't got to be the toughest guy. Just be skillful, and that is Devin Haney. And so, I don't know if that's a compliment or what.
I don't know either.
Just be skillful, man. Do Devin Haney type stuff. Don't sue nobody else for battery if you lose. But man, I think Devin should be on the list. So going into number 10. So there's a little bit of an asterisk next to this because this entry goes off of what should have happened in his last fight because he should have won. And had he won, he would have been the only simultaneous 2-division champion, which was stolen from him by a cockeyed ref. No disrespect to Steve Willis, right? But yes, I am putting, and you already mentioned this, I couldn't wait to get to it. I am putting Lamont the Reaper Roach at number 10 on the goddamn pound for pound list. I was impressed.
Hopefully he bob and weave, take his own advice. Cause it's going down.
Okay. So a lot of times when you see NBA pound for pound lists, and people will purposely omit LeBron James from an all-time list on these NBA pound for pound lists or these NBA all-time great lists. I don't know why Gervonta Davis is being treated this way on this pound for pound list, but there's no way. I mean, even Lamont Roach,
because he lost.
Technically, he didn't lose, but you know what? He probably did lose that fight, but he really, honestly, still put on a really good display of boxing. Like Gervonta Davis is still top tier in the sport of boxing. So, if we're gonna put Inway on this list, if we're gonna put Devin Haney on this list, if we're gonna put any of these other guys, Clarissa Shields on this list, if we're gonna put all of these people on this list,
everybody just named was undefeated.
If we're gonna put everybody on this list and we're gonna leave Gervonta out in the sport of boxing right now, and we leave Gervonta Davis off, I mean, is it a legitimate list? I don't know. I don't know how legitimate the list is because how do you put Devin Haney?
Send him back to Baltimore. Let him get his stuff together. Let him regroup. Shout out DC. Shout out Lamont Roach.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Lamont Roach, because he is. But come on.
They just mentioned they're looking to do the rematch in the summer.
Come on.
Literally, the entire world's gonna stop and watch that.
I agree, we should.
We already watched Gervonta. We're all gonna watch that because of Lamont Roach this time. Let's give him some respect.
So I think there's a lot of recency bias going on right now.
Absolutely.
And Gervonta Davis is being disrespected.
Say that we had a ref that has 2 straight eyes. What is the outcome of that? You know?
It's probably a loss for Gervonta. Probably.
That means something. That propels Lamont Roach to pound for pound list. That alone.
Devin Haney is not better than Gervonta Davis.
He would have been a simultaneous champ in 2 divisions. That's unheard of. To not have put him on the pound for pound list if he makes that accomplishment, once again, is a disservice to him and what he brings to boxing.
Shakur Stevenson should not be higher than Gervonta Davis on this list.
Gervonta did it to himself. He starts too late. He banks on knocking everybody out. You can tell that he's never had a loss. You can tell that he hasn't had to learn from losing. He fights every fight with the confidence that he's going to get a knockout.
I mean, what else is a boxer supposed to do?
And then he ran into Lamont the Reaper Roach.
I don't know, man. I don't know to put these guys over. And then I mean, I like him. I think there's been disrespect for my guy Tiafimo. No.
He lost to Cambozo.
Devin Haney over Tiafimo.
Devin Haney over Tiafimo. Yes.
I don't know, man.
Tiafimo's been living off the fact that he beat Lomachenko for like 4 or 5 years now. I'm over it.
I would like to see it. Yeah, you're right. I would like to see another solid scrap from Tiafimo.
He fought Steve Claggett in his last fight. He's got Arnold Barboza. I mean, after beating Lomachenko, he beat Josh Taylor, but Tiafimo's resume isn't all that great, if you ask me. He literally got knocked out by, a surfer. Like, I don't know what to call it.
What is Lamont Roach's resume?
He beat Gervonta Davis. Should have been a simultaneous 2-division champ. Should have been. I don't know. This list, don't forget, it was curated by an expert, right?
It's questionable at best.
An expert panel, right?
It's questionable at best. This entire list is questionable at best. Shout out to Clarissa Shields, but come on.
We're going to run the list back down for if you missed it, man. Starting at number 1, we got Miss Papoose, Clarissa Shields. Number 2, we got the Ukrainian heavyweight greatness, Alexander Usyk. Number 3, we got Him of Hims. I don't even need to say what his name is. At number 4, we got the greatest Mexican, arguably ever, Canelo Saul.
Wait a minute, because that's the argument in itself. Don't say that.
Well, maybe he's not one of the greatest Mexicans.
He's one of, but he may not be the best Mexican of all time.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, don't do that.
He's good. Number 5, one of the best boxing styles ever, Dimitri Bivol. Number 6, our affirmative action input, Naoya Inoue. At number 7, the oldest, greatest guy ever, Artur Beterbiev. At number 8, Shakur Stevenson. At number 9, Devin the Dream Haney. At number 10, Lamont the Reaper Roach.
Unreal.
Give us your thoughts, man. Give us your opinions. Give us your breakdown. This list is amazing. This list is asinine. Let us know what you think. Give us your opinion. We will argue with you in the comment sections, any socials, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora. Just let us know what you think. That is the pound for pound list. That is as of March 2025, and that list is very accurate.